Good morning, Linwood. Hope that you're having a great day. Most of you guys know me. I am Starla Ross, your instructional specialist, and a part of my work is to support you not only instructionally, but also culturally in your classroom. I've had a chance to go around to some classrooms, walk through the hallways, and even interact with some of the students and you just to see how things are going for the first couple of weeks of school. And I know we have chosen to focus on culture here at Linwood, at least for the first 2 weeks of school, with a balance of course, instruction. But what I wanted to share with you all on today is that not only will I provide professional development one-to-one or as a whole group, but a part of my work is to also share things with you via video. Because sometimes it's just easier just to share a video. You click on it, and maybe first thing in the morning, you look at the video and look at some of the resources that I share. Or even as you wrap up your day, you can look at the video or during your planning period. So this is possibly one of the first of many videos I'll be sharing with you. I don't usually take them, they're usually not too long. I try to make them as short as possible because I want you to walk away with some type of reflections. But since the first 2 weeks of school, we are focusing on our culture, building our culture and building relationships with our students and with each other. I wanted to share with you all some strategies that I found online to support you for the next couple of weeks. And these are not just strategies that you will implement or try to work through just for the first 2 weeks, but building culture requires you to do that all year long. So some strategies I want to share with you are 8 ways to build a school culture. First of all, we need to look at it that the things that we do in our classrooms impact our entire school culture. So I want to give you, if you have some paper around you, I want you to write down a couple of these strategies. But I'm just going to share about 4 or 5 because there are 8. And I'm going to link the article at the bottom of the email for you to be able to look through to get more details on what we mean around 8 ways to build your culture. Now, I know we've all done, as educators, research around climate and culture. And sometimes we say, what is our climate and what is our culture? But a short definition between both is the climate is our reality and the culture is what we're striving for. What type of culture are we striving to have here at Linwood Charter? So as we're thinking about having our students to complete those packets and we're building those relationships, I want to give you a few strategies to try to implement in your classrooms. Okay, so hopefully you got some paper to write this down. The first strategy I want to share with you is be sure that you are building a strong relationship with your students. Relationships are key. They're everything, whether we're at home or whether we're at school. But building a strong relationship with someone is key in order for us to be successful. I would encourage you to try your best to maintain a high rate of positive interactions with our students. It only takes us one time to just bark at our students and they shut down. It only takes us one time to say something negative to someone and it impacts them entirely. So try to make your interactions as positive as possible so that when you are correcting your students, it is in a positive manner. It is not talking at them, but talking to them. How many times have we had someone to talk at us and we not really respected or we were no longer receptive to that individual? So try your best to talk to our students and not talking at them and building those positive relationships. Another strategy in helping us to build a positive school culture in our classrooms is to teach the essential social skills that we know that our students need. A quote that I always think about is, you cannot hold a child accountable for something you've never taught them. And teaching them does not mean that one time you told them something. Teaching them means that you are sharing that information, you are scaffolding that information, you're giving them the opportunity to master that skill. So we have to teach our students the social skills that we expect to see. And that does not mean, I told you that yesterday, and they're teenagers or they're little babies. They won't remember it right then. So what does it mean to teach our students the essential social skills that we hope to see in order for them to be successful academically. Remember, teaching does not mean I told you once. It may not mean twice. It may not be 3 times a week. 3 times. But we have to have the patience and understand that it is important for us to not only teach our students those essential skills for the classroom, but those essential social skills that they're going to need once they leave us. All right? I'll say another one is to be a role model. Being a role model requires us to watch our actions and what we do and what we say, how we interact with our students, but not only that, but how we interact with other adults in the building. We know for a fact that all of our children, they're watching us. They're seeing what we do and what we say, how we get frustrated. And what's so good about our students is that they pick up on those things and they try to manipulate it. So being a role model means that we are conscious of how we act and react to certain things and even react to our students. I think that is going to be essential to us as we continue to work through the school year, is to continue to be role models for our students. I will say the last one I'm going to share, because I'm going to share the link with you in the email, is we must teach all of our students how to problem solve. A lot of our students, they are very reactive, and they don't know yet how to solve problems. They don't know how to deal with conflict, even if it's a conflict with an adult. They have yet to learn those skills. So how do we teach our students how to problem solve each day, how to work through something? And teaching that skill is essential to the curriculum and to our instruction that we have on every day. And that was not my last one. I have one more. We need to praise our students for good choices. We know that oftentimes our children go home and someone is barking at them every day. And I say barking, but just getting on them every day. And it seems like they can't do anything right. We have to figure out a way to praise our children for good choices and recognize them. So I do want to give you a task. I want you to find a student in your classroom each hour, and it doesn't have to be done today, but sometime by the end of the week, and send a note home to their parent recognizing a good choice that they made in the classroom. That recognition could go such a long way in building the rapport and the relationship that you hope to see with your students. Not only that, if you see a colleague and you just want to praise them and recognize them for something they've done for you or something that you've seen them do with a student, recognize them. Give them a note, an appreciation, or a thank you, because that also goes a long way. So these are just a few strategies, a few things I want you to be conscious of as you're thinking about how to build this relationship or this excellent culture that we're trying to have here at Linwood Charter. And I will always say this from all of the schools that I've ever worked with. If you don't take the time to invest in your culture, the instruction will not happen. So building your classroom culture and building your school culture is essential to the success of our students and to the success of our school. All right. So be sending you the link below so you'll see more ways to build our school culture, because our current climate may not reflect the culture that we want to be. And we are definitely on the right path, and I want us to continue on that path. All right. I hope you're having a great day. You'll see me around the halls, and let's just make Linwood what we know it is, the best school in Shreveport. Bye.